How's it going, guys? I wanted to bring you a quick video on how to get easy points and assists in 2K15. This first thing we're going to look at is how to get easy assists. So all you're going to want to do is call an isolation first and foremost. You always want to call an isolation. Just going to space the floor a lot easier that way. And you're then going to call a pick and roll. And instead of shaping to go and run around the pick like all basketball players always do, you're going to begin to go around the pick and then cut back the other way and reverse the pick and roll. All of these clips are completely identical, the same. I'm pulling the same thing every time. Here, call the isolation, Ed Davis comes, sets the screen, go to the left, shape, then come right back to the right hand side, drive to the paint, and you will always have either your shooting guard or your small forward wide open then to take a shot for you. It happens with all of them. The defense will collapse because you've been given a completely free lane to the basket, having reversed the pick and roll, which is going to leave someone wide open. Let's slow it down so that we can really see the animation that the opposition point guard gets caught in during this move. So I've called the isolation in the top right hand corner, and I've called Jordan Hill over for the pick. Now watch Damian Lillard and watch the animation he gets caught in, and as I move to the right, he moves to the right, getting caught on Jordan Hill's body. This leaves me with a wide open lane, so I drive to the basket, which causes the defense to collapse, and Kobe is sat wide open on the perimeter. This is happening in every single one of these clips. Here, I move to the left, the defender gets caught on an animation on the pick man. I have a wide open lane, you drive in, and someone is left wide open. Now the only other important thing that you guys need to absolutely remember is to use a size-up move before you move around the pick and roll. In all of these clips, I'm using my signature size-up skill to get around the pick and roll, and you have to make sure you do that because it makes it so much easier. You'll also start seeing that this is a really easy way to get points. We've seen how easy it is to use this and exploit the animations to get easy assists. But as well, you're presented with this open lane on every single one of these possessions. So you can then just use that. You can either stop and take a jump shot. If you have a good dunk, you can go in and try and post to someone. This is the signature skill I'm using, and I really implore you all to use it because I've messed around with quite a few of them, and I found that this is the best one to use in order to reverse the pick and roll and come off of that pick and roll with as much pace as possible. Now, in terms of getting easy points, all I'm going to say is the half spin cheese is back. In 2K13, the half spin was all you needed. And in these clips, I'm calling an ISO, I've gone to one side of the floor where there's a wide open baseline, and all you need to do is pull a half spin, and your character, the animation that your character is going to come off is so quick that your defender is not going to be able to keep with you. All of these times I've called an ISO so that I'm by myself, and you just do a half spin, and it's going to leave you with this wide open lane along the baseline. Now, I would suggest that you have a good driving layup stat, maybe even posterize if you want to get some dunks, because the higher those are, the more success rate you're going to have when driving actually to the basket itself. Also, this isn't just going to work in one part of the floor. You can do this here. On this clip, I've run the length of the floor during a fast break, and then just done a half spin, and it's worked. Here, again, I can't tell you enough how important it is to actually call the isolation. You have to make sure you use that isolation feature to space the floor properly. At the beginning of this clip, Nick Young was trying to come over and post up so that I could pass it to him, but you want him out of the way, and you do that by calling the isolation. At the beginning of all of these clips, even for getting the easy assists, just make sure you call an isolation. Now, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't mention steals, so a quick note on that. It's exactly the same as it's always been. I still can't really believe they haven't changed this. So all you're going to need to do is mark your point guard from the inbound pass, which will cause them to pass it to their shooting guard. Here it's Matthews. He's going to bring the ball up the court, and he's going to look to pass it right back to the point guard. That's then when you just intercept the ball, you've got a steal. It's exactly the same as it's always been since, I think, 2K10 when I've started playing the game. I'm not going to go into too much detail with it because it is literally identical to how it's always been. So if you want a more in-depth look on this, just go and watch one of my old videos. I'll put the link in the description. Now, here I just wanted to highlight that my player isn't anything like crazy. I'm not like a 99 overall or anything. These clips that I've been recording during the actual video itself, I've been recording over the last month or so, and this is actually the updated version of my stats. So a lot of those clips were captured using even worse stats than these. So you don't really need to be amazing in order to pull this off. You certainly don't need to be a decent playmaker. You don't need any sort of rebounding stat. You can see I've spent most of my points on actually being a good jump shooter even, which is something that I'm not really even exploiting that much. Now, in terms of actually the signature badges that you use, the only ones you really need to worry about are the pick and roll maestro. That's the most important one. Dimer is obviously going to be very helpful to you, so if you can get that, that would be good. The pet move size up, again, this is very important because it's going to cause more defensive mishaps when you whip this out, which is every possession. And then Interceptor, just to help with the steals. That about covers it, lads. So I'm just going to finally leave you with 1 point, which is call the isolation, if I haven't reiterated that enough. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you're new around here, then feel free to come and check out. I post gameplay videos of 2K15, which are pretty entertaining, I think. So feel free to check those out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all soon, I'm sure. I hope you've had a nice Christmas. All right, take care, guys.